sometimes you just gotta like just let it out, right? I had such a good day. I filmed with a girl that I have been friends with on Twitter for about 3 years. I filmed with her today. She's in Canada, and gosh, I loved her accent. So cool. She said she liked my accent too. So anyway, we got along great. We shared some really just positive things, and so that's over on my YouTube. Like the last thing that I posted was our video. We talked about magic. We talked about boundaries. We talked about the importance of names, like how you name your children. It really matters. So anyway, but now I am working on taking leftovers that I have in my fridge from the last Vata balancing meal that I made, which was vegetarian, and putting the vegetarian pieces that are the leftovers around some meat for my husband. So, and then I can decide, like, if I'm going to have a little turkey, or it's not turkey, it's actually ground pork. I normally would want to do this with ground turkey, but so it's a meatloaf, and it is ground pork, and I mixed a pound of ground pork with about half of a really nice sweet onion diced up, and about a tablespoon. I use my hands to measure, so that's why I do this a lot. Like a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder. Even though I did the onion, like raw onion, I still like more onion powder in there. And then I did 2 tablespoons of tempura flour, and I use a gluten-free tempura powder. And so I did that, mixed that all up. I added in salt and pepper. And then I went into my pantry and I was like, this thing needs a little bit of something different. So I added some celery seed, just happened to have it, and some Montreal seasoning, which a lot of people use that for steak. But I find that it is just like kind of the secret ingredient in a whole lot of veggie dishes and meat dishes. So that's what I did. And so the other night, you'll see on my other Vata meal, like I had these leftover potatoes because I cooked extra. So what I did was, here's the potatoes. They're cold right out of the fridge. This, the meat portion, has already been cooked for 30 minutes at 375. And then, I also added 3 quail eggs to this mix, so bind it together. You can use 1 chicken egg. I used 3 quail eggs. And then this is the kidney bean and bok choy mixture that I cooked the other night. So got 2 little portions of that. And see, everything's kind of separated so people can just choose what they want. It makes everybody happy. So this is the way I like to do things. And I've got my honey Q sauce. This is my barbecue sauce that I created. It is a vinegar-based marinade that I mix honey with. And I get the honey from North Georgia. It is delicious. And I love knowing that it's honey from bees that can actually help me, like with my immune system. So because they are bees that are harvesting and pollinating the flowers and the trees and all around the area that I live in. That's very important to do. It's very important to know these things, about your honey, about all your foods, really. Anyway, this is what we're going to do. This has already been in the oven for 30 minutes. I've now poured the honey Q over. I'll do a little bit more just to show you. It's delicious. And we're going to put this back in the oven when my husband gets home for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. We'll see. At 375. And we've got dinner. I might throw a salad together, but on the Vata that I'm trying to do, I need to stick with these soft foods. But I think my husband's probably going to want a salad, so I'll probably throw a salad together for him. So anyway, let's see. Thanks for joining me.